would you feel if the only thing we knew about presidential candidates was their stance on issues, no information on party, name, gender, race, or religious beliefs, or lack thereof? Would it be based on their actual stance, or what they claim is their stance? They'd lie even more to get elected than they do now. I don't think it would work. It's very easy for a politician to take a verbal stance on an issue. It's different to see their actual history and actions. Politicians would just sound as vague and non-committal as possible, which they usually already do. And we wouldn't be able to hold him accountable if they were being dishonest about their actual platforms and beliefs. It would just cause more problems. If anything, you should look up the philosophical thought experiment called The Veil of Ignorance. It poses a similar question. You have to look at all political, economic, and social ideas without knowing what your socio-economic position is. Pasting the reply from you can farm a good woman to give a more accurate description of the experiment. Popularly attributed to American philosopher John Rawls. You have to look at all that and then design a society that you would want to live in. But the catch is, asterisk, you don't know what your position will be, asterisk. You might be at the bottom. You might be at the top. The idea is that you'll try to make the society as equitable as possible. Kind of like the kid who cuts the cake doesn't get to pick his slice. It should be like the blind auditions on The Voice. The best bullshitter wins. Not that that changes much. But without anything to hold him accountable to their statements and commitments, it's just a mess. God, this is such a Reddit post. How would you feel if our Ask Reddit banned leading questions that begin with, how would you feel? I mean, for one, it isn't plausible. But also the ability to be social is important for a leader. I think we need to know more than just the policies. I want to know if they're just saying things for votes or if there's proof of them actually trying to do what they say. It's all very well saying war is bad. But are you actually protesting against wars? Or just saying it's bad? As an example, that would be useless. Just words on a page. Everyone would jockey to write the most pandering words on a page. You need to know who those words are coming from, their background. You need to see how genuine they are when they make those promises out loud. Interesting in theory, but context, in the form of values or motivations, matters. For a very extreme example, you can go to our political compass memes and see that two people in a vacuum oppose chattel slavery from Africa. But one of them opposes it because the institution itself is wrong, lib-left, and the other because they don't want black people in America. Alt-right. If you are curious, you could try one of the online tests that does essentially what you're asking. I usually do. I side with https www.isidewith.com/. Because things like leadership ability and integrity matter. LMAO at all the supportive comments. It's really one of the dumbest idea I've ever read about elections. You realize a person can lie about their stance, right? Okay, so now you have 400 candidates who all say their stance is whatever is highest polling, or a slight variation thereof. Some might be true believers in those reforms, but most just take those positions cynically to get elected. How can you tell who's who? Anyone can fake a stance. You need all of it to know if you're being lied to or not. And even then, most people can't tell the difference. Strongly dislike this idea. I view character and integrity as equally important to policy positions, and without knowing anything else about the candidate, I can't evaluate these traits. I'd be happy if the early primaries simply involved a basic civics contest and the person who scores the lowest is automatically disqualified from running. No way, that's an awful idea. You need accountability and resumes. Whoops, voted for Hitler. Dumb. We would be governed by AI. In the UK during the time of the recent general election there was a site sort of like this principle that gave you the initiative to vote based upon policy rather than party. It was basically just a question on a certain issue such as climate change and then would show various options for solutions, ideas, and by the end would show you the party whose policies you sided with the most. A good idea in my opinion, as many simply write off the preferred party's rival, without looking at the possible positives of their ideas, and could also help those who are disengaged from politics due to the drama of it all to actually see the facts and see what they side with the most. Trump would have won even harder. The only reason why some of his party does not like him is because he's a dick. If this fact was hidden from them, all anyone would see is lower taxes and increased border security. Those are both things that are very popular in America. You can do this right now. Go to isideworth.com, http://isideworth.com. Fill out the form, and it'll tell you which candidates match your views the best. I think we'd all be better off if people just did that. Nah, we need their name. What if a Google search reveals they're a ventriloquist or taxidermist? Can't have that. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.